Have you ever been in an accident before? Have you ever felt like you were going to get into an accident before? Have you been to that heart-pounding moment, that moment where you feel like, oh my goodness, something might hit my car, whether it be another car or a tractor trailer or a dump truck or anything like that? In my life, I've actually been in an accident before, and I've felt this feeling personally. I had a Honda Accord and I wrecked it. I rear-ended somebody. It was not a great experience for me. It wasn't something that I really enjoyed. You got to go through all the pain of insurance and you have to go through all this stuff. But something that was very, very noticeable to me was the damage that was done to my car. Now, I didn't hit this person going, 50 miles an hour. I hit this person probably doing maybe like 15, maybe even 20. And my car completely was just totaled. And I was completely astonished because I couldn't imagine that hitting someone so slowly would have done something so damaging to my car. I mean, imagine if I would have hit them doing 60, what would have happened to my car? Probably the engine might be at my legs. I don't know, but I know from that experience, I got in my head that, the next time I purchase a car, I'm going to buy something that is safe. And I own a car, and my car is a Volkswagen Jetta. Now, I'm not here to sell you on this car. I'm here to inform you on why I purchased the car and why I think some families, people should purchase the car. It has its pros and cons, but at the same time, I wanted to just bring those to you. Now, the first thing that the Jetta has that is, in my opinion, just very, very important is its safety. This car is very, very safe. Actually, the IHS gave this the 2013 top safety pick, meaning this car is a safe car, obviously, because it has the safety pick. They do a multitude of tests. They do the moderate overlap front test, the small overlap front test, the side impact test, the roof strength test, the rear crash protection test. And all of these tests, it got a G, which stands for good. Which tells me that this car is safe if something were to happen to my family. Now, my family consists of me, my wife, and our newborn baby, who is 2 months old. And in our eyes, when we went to purchase this car, we weren't looking for a car that was going to go fast or that was going to look flashy. We were looking for a car that was going to keep us safe if something happened to us, especially our baby, because that was very important to us. Now, along with purchasing this car, we went to the dealership. We're also looking for something that might last until our child drives. And in purchasing this car, we decided to look to see if it was reliable. And in looking to see if it was reliable, we actually found out that it's one of the most reliable cars in the market. It actually, when you drive around, you see a lot of cars, and you always wonder, what car is reliable. But sometimes you see those cars, they're like 50 years old, you feel like, and it feels good when one of them is a Volkswagen and it's a Jetta, and you're like, hey, if that car's still lasting, then my car's going to last. And that's something, when we were purchasing a car, we decided that, we're going to find something that is very, very reliable. Now, when looking at the specs of a Jetta, there's a lot of things that go into it. And one of the things that probably, if we're going to call it con, we can call it a con. Probably something that, did not sit really well with us probably was the city miles per gallon. Now, the Jetta only gets, if you get a standard Jetta, we're talking a standard Jetta, we're not talking, a diesel or anything like that. We're talking standard. If you get a standard Jetta, you only get 24 miles per gallon city and 34 miles per gallon highway. Now, those seem very decent and very nice, but in retrospect to the cars that are out there, like a hybrid, or a Honda or a Toyota that are getting 35 to 40 miles per gallon in the city, it's not as exciting as you may think. And that's kind of one of the downfalls of the Jetta. It may have the two good things, but it also has some bad things that go along with it. Another, I wouldn't call it a bad thing, but if we're going to talk about the cons, is the fact that the Jetta doesn't come standard with a lot of things that we were expecting, especially cruise control. That's something that our family loves, and we were so excited about the car that we did not realize that the standard Volkswagen that we had bought did not come with cruise control. So there are a few little specs that are not included in what you are expecting sometimes. At the Volkswagen website, you can see all these specs and you can get all that information. And I suggest when you're going to look into buying a car, Now, any car, I mean, you want to look for safety and you want to know that's reliable, but you want to figure out what you might want to give up for certain things. Some cars aren't as reliable, aren't as safe as other cars, but they might have tons of gas mileage, or they might do this, or they might do that. My suggestion is that you do your research and you find out.